Oh, Lois knows
that
the
would be
drill.
right.
It's time to stand and sing, and we're going to bring peace to the world. Here we go.
Here we go. Raise your hand and put a smile on your face. Talk to everybody in the human race. We're proud, we're strong, so stand up tall. Let's all get together, bring peace to the world.
Let's
all get together, bring peace to the world. Let's all get together, bring peace to the world. Every man and woman, girl and boy, let's all get together, bring peace to the world.
A train of love is starting right here. Jump onto it and have no fear. It's yours, it's mine. So answer the call. Let's all get together, bring peace in the world.
Let's all get together, bring peace in the world. Let's all get together, bring peace to the world. Every man,
Every woman,
girl and boy, let's all get together, bring peace to the world.
shelter the homeless,
Open your door
feed the hungry.
and give to the poor. Open your heart.
Don't think small.
Let's all get together, bring peace to the world. Let's all get together, bring peace to the world. Let's all get together, bring peace to the world. Every man, girl and boy, let's all get together, bring peace to the world.
You know, if you wanna make a difference, gotta be your best self. Get into the action, don't sit on the shelf. And call out your voice. We won't fall. Let's all get together, bring everybody sing now.
All get together, bring peace to the world. Let's all get together, bring peace in the world. Every man, every woman, girl and boy, let's all get together, bring peace in the world. Let's all get together, bring peace in the world. Let's all get together, bring peace in the world. Every man, every woman, girl and boy, let's all get together, bring peace in the world.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Here we go.
Can you hear me? Oh, there I go. Good. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Let's take a breath and just get present in this glorious moment. I want to go into prayer, but it's not time for that yet. So welcome to our Sunday service, to you online, to all of you present. I know we're going to have a fabulous day. We come together on Sundays because we know there's a power for good in the universe. And we're using it all the time. Ernest Holmes started his radio shows by saying, this deep voice said, I don't know if it was his, there's a power for good in the universe and you can use it. So let's just remember we're using it all the time and use it in ways that transform our lives and others. And the most important thing I think about Centers for Spiritual Living is that we are here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. So I'm going to ask you again, as I do often, you feeling spiritually magnificent today? Yes. All right, thank you so much. Well, we do have a lot of announcements, lots of things going on. And I'm doing announcements today, isn't that fun? Most of all, I'm really excited that we have a fabulous candidate for senior minister for this center. His name is Reverend Gregory Toole, and he will be here next weekend. On Saturday, yay! All right, you can cheer for him, thank you. On Saturday, he's doing a workshop from 1 to 3. It is called Communicating Compassionately and Powerfully. He says, learn how to frame difficult conversations in the most heart-connecting way so that each person leaves feeling heard rather than shut down. I think we all should come. It's just a love offering, so make a plan to be here Saturday. During that day, he is going to be meeting with the board, the selection committee, the practitioners. He's going to be meeting with the ministers while he's here. And on Sunday, of course, he's doing the Sunday talk. So come enjoy the whole weekend. Check him out. See what you think. Yes, we only have one candidate. So we did have more than one applicant, but this one person is the only one that really fit the vision we've been reading every week or so. So we're just thrilled to have him. Let's see, so I want you to know a little bit about the process. So after his weekend, we call it a candidating weekend, where he meets people, gets to know you, gets to see the center, gets to connect with anybody and everybody. Then the board will meet with him and talk about, can they negotiate a contract, a letter of call, a reasonable employment agreement. And I'm sure that that will work out, but we want to know that that does work out before we bring him to you. In our bylaws, the membership has to vote their new minister in. So we will actually be calling a special membership meeting, probably the first part of June, for you to come in and see if you like this candidate and to let us know yes or no for Reverend Gregory Toole. So that's the process. You can always ask me questions after service if you have any, okay? I want you to know that I met with Laura Salazar last week when I was here. She's been doing our youth program, and we want to up-level it. We need to have 2 people in our youth church every Sunday, and she's going to be coming in and working extra hours to create lesson plans. We're going to do some training for people that want to assist with the youth. And so this week she's sick. It's just not okay. Fortunately, we already had someone volunteering, and then, bless her heart, Doris called Linda, and so we have Cheryl and Linda in with our children today. We have 2 people there, and they're not really totally trained yet, so I'm going to invite you, if you're interested in helping with our youth program, love to have you come on May 18th. Laura and I will be meeting with anyone interested. We'll be brainstorming, talking about how it can work. We just need people that can maybe help once a month. We get a rotation going, and as it grows, we'll need more adults in there, take care of our children. We've had up to 7 youth, so I hope there's not quite that many today, but maybe there is, and wouldn't it be wonderful if we had 10 or 12? And that will happen. We have the consciousness now to have an amazing youth program. So help join me in that, knowing and seeing young families flooding in with lots of children. How's that? Yes, yay! Just a few more things. Reverend Kathy Sinfield is going to be teaching a new certificated class called Mental Equivalence, Keys to Manifesting. If you want to manifest things in your life, come take this class. It's only 5 weeks long. It's going to be here in Richelieu Hall beginning Thursday, May the 9th. And it's only 5 weeks long, so I said that already. This week, our spiritual discussion group meets on Thursday at 2 p.m. The Labyrinth Walk follows at 3:45. This coming Sunday, right after Reverend Gregory's talk, the Drumming Circles meeting, and it's also time to come if you're doing one of your talent show events, if you're going to be having your talent expressed in our talent show. We're going to be running through those. May Ruth is working with everyone. Our talent show is May 18th, same day as the youth meeting. So I'm coming, I'm going to stay. Come for the youth, stay for the talent show, stay for Sunday. I'm speaking that Sunday. Hey, it's going to be a great weekend. All right, I want you to know that our choir is going to be practicing the second Sunday every month after service, second monthly Sunday after service with Andy Howe. I don't know how I did that. Let's say thank you to Andy for his fabulous talent in music and for leading the choir. They were great. They sang on Easter. They were fabulous. And of course, we have our Science of Mind class on Sunday mornings from 10:15 to 10:45. You know, everyone's welcome. It's a great little opportunity to get a taste of Ernest Holmes and have a conversation with others. I would like to invite someone very special here. His name is Michel Pascal, and he will be doing the sacred meditation after service today. He's going to speak to us for just a couple minutes about the magic of the meditation. Come on up, Michael Pascal.
Good morning to each of you. I am so happy to be with you today. I will perform for you the same concert that I will give at Carnegie Hall in a few months. It's a meditative concert with the Ukrainian virtuoso pianist Marina Kisla, and nothing is more important than to calm the mind. Our brain is running all the time. It's not good. We need to calm the mind. And I sing at Carnegie Hall every year since 2016. I direct the meditation program for the prisoners of Los Angeles at Amity Foundation. And in New York, I lead the meditation for the mayor of New York City. So I start to sing on stage. I was 9 years old. I sing with Earth, Wind & Fire. I sing with many exceptional jazzmen, musicians. But for me, just to finish this minute, I want to say thank you to Reverend Sharon and to say to you that each concert, each meditation must be in our heart forever. This is my prayer for each of you, that at this concert you will feel something very profound. You will touch your soul. And you will keep this moment forever in your hearts. Maybe in 5 years, 10 years, you will say, there is a little French guy. He speaks French-English. Thank you so much. All my love to each of you. Thank you.
So it's only $35, such a deal. Get your tickets if you don't already have them at the front desk. And the meditation will be 45 minutes to 50, maybe 55 minutes today. And there's going to be some beautiful video that goes along with it, I tell you. I've already seen some of it. Wow. I have to take a breath after that. Just his presence, right? So I want to say that Reverend Mary Morgan finished a class called Spiritual Economics, and we had many people complete that class. So I'm going to be listing their names for you now, and all of you who were in that class, we are invited to come and pick up your certificates out at the front desk. Also, we still have some certificates from the class Exploring the Roots of Science of Mind that Reverend Kathy and I taught. So if you're here and you were in the class and you want, you could just stand up. I'm not going to have you all come up here and get your certificate. If you want to just stand up and go, I was in that class, feel free to do that. So we have Diane Duffy, Annie Hoffman, Deanna Andette, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Mary Lou, oh, hey, there's a long, you should wait till the end to clap. Mary Lou Fentis, David Bryan, just stay standing. Stephanie Barber, Margene Kenny, Daniel Benner, Bettina Oster, Kathleen Kogan, Eliza Shaw, Paresh Shah, Andros, I wish I knew how to pronounce your last name, Lois Torin, Ruth Wagner, and we also have Diane Castellan, Carrie Bianco, Daniel Benner, and Eliza Shaw for the other class. Thank you for taking the classes. You're so good. They change your life, don't they? I want to say a big thank you to all of you who volunteer here, our ushers, greeters, especially our sound people. We're still looking for someone for sound, and we're definitely looking for youth people. So have a great day, everyone. And now we have some music to take us into our invocation, some meditation music. So just relax, enjoy our thoughts, our prayers.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are all state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes our prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes our prayer. Oh, it's me. This is the time of our invocation. And I believe our beautiful guest artist really already set the tone. Do you feel that already in the room? So let's know right here and now, in this sanctuary, in this holy place of our mind, let us know together that the power that created us, that infinite intelligence, lives, moves, and has its being by us, through us, and with us. Know that whatever it is you are experiencing in your life right now, whatever you came here to hear, that message is calling out to you. And we are quiet in this stillness to hear the message, to feel that love, to feel that power of the presence that created us, knowing that it is always guiding and directing us to our highest and our best. So we know right here and now, this is a wondrous day. This is a beautiful day that we will never experience again. And so we live to this fullness, this beauty, and embrace the greatness of who we are and appreciate the greatness of everyone that we're with, knowing it's the eyes of God looking back at us. And we get to remind each other of who we are in truth. So releasing this prayer into the law of mind, we know that it is already done, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Randy. Good morning. It's my pleasure to deliver today's inspirational Science of Mind message based on Reverend Mary's message, In the Flow. It is irresistible that when speaking on today's message, In the Flow, to not have a reference to water. Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind, could not resist that temptation either. In his book, Living the Science of Mind, in the chapter River of Life, Ernest wrote, "There is a river of life flowing through the body of humanity, uniting every part of creation into one great being. Therefore we say that the river of life, forever flowing through us, is ever ready and willing to take the form which we give it." To take the form which we give it. That sounds like basic science of mind. Our thoughts are creative and can manifest in our lives with the form we give them.
Some psychologists have theorized that people are happiest when they are in a state of flow, a state of concentration or complete absorption with the activity at hand and the situation. I've had that feeling of happiness when things are going great. I'm in the zone or in the groove. I'm really cooking, or I'm hitting on all 8 cylinders. That can happen spiritually too, when I'm conscious that life is good, being happy, healthy, prosperous, good relationships, being one with my source. I'm in the flow. We all recognize, however, that there are times when we are not in the flow, and life doesn't appear so good. There are times we are experiencing anger, anxiety, worry, fear, rage, or other negative thoughts. We feel like we are up the proverbial creek without a paddle. The law of attraction would say that the more we dwell on the negative, the more negativity we're going to attract. Does science of mind have a solution? Of course it does. It has spiritual practices, meditation, prayer, journaling, and tools that help provide for clear sailing. There is the golden key. Take your mind off the difficulty and put it on God. Ernest Holmes, in his book, This Thing Called You, wrote, "As your consciousness lifts itself above the problem into a spiritual atmosphere of affirmation, the problem as such disappears and the answer takes its place. Keep your mind not on the repetition of thoughts about the problem, but on the receipt of the answer." A child's nursery rhyme of the 1850s could provide a source of mind, a science of mind reminder, and a choice you can make. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And so it is. Now we'll have some wonderful musical inspiration from Michael Paul Smith.
I thought that was Michael Row Your Boat Ashore. Am I wrong about that? Am I not? Wasn't those the lyrics? Michael Row Your Boat Ashore. Anyway, hello everybody. Oh, I love you all so much. I could blow kisses forever out there. And my darling is here. Hello, sweetheart. I love you so much. It's so good to see you. Oh, my heart tingles. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna have to dedicate this to you. In the morning of my life, I shall look to the sunshine. At a moment in my life when the world is new, and the blessing I shall ask is that God will grant me to be brave and strong and true, and to fill this world with love my whole life through. And to fill the world with love, and to fill the world with love, and to fill the world with love, my whole life through. In the noontime of my life, I shall look to the sunshine. At a moment in my life when the sky And the question I shall ask still remains unchanging. To be brave and strong and true, and to fill this world with love my whole life through. And to fill the world with love, and to fill the world with love, and to fill the world with love, my whole life through. In the evening of my life, I shall look to the sunset at a moment in my life when the night is due, and the question I shall ask only I can answer. Was I brave and strong and true? And did I fill this world with love my whole life through? Did I fill this world with love? Did I fill this world with love? Did I fill this world with love? My whole life through. Oh, thank you. Your check is in the mail. I love you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
What a beautiful song. Thank you, Michael Paul. So blessed. Hi, everybody. Okay, Mark gave my whole talk, so I'll see you later. No. I have a water reference too, Mark. You're going to be surprised. But you know, today I'd like to explore the idea of living in the flow. Living in the flow. But before we do, I'd like to take a moment, a good humor moment. Are you with me on that? We can eat the ice cream part later, but here's the good humor part. So there was a teacher that asked her students to write out just a little comment that they'd like to make to the pastor of their church, just something they'd like to say to him so she could establish a relationship with him. So here's a couple of the things that some of the kids said. Dear pastor, my mother is very religious. She goes to play bingo at the church every week, even if she has a cold. Yours truly, Annette, age 9. Here's one. I know God loves everybody, but he never met my sister. That's signed lovingly by Arnold. And now I think this one was written by Arnold's sister because she says, I'd like to go to heaven someday because I know my brother won't be there. I apologize to my brother. And that was by Jane, and she was age 7. How about, I think a lot more people would come to your church if you held it at Disneyland. I think that's a good idea. Yes, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, we've all been there. That was by Laureen, age 9. How about this one? Please say a prayer for our Little League team. We need God's help or at least a new pitcher. That's by Alexander, age 10. And finally, I really liked your sermon on Sunday, especially when it finished. Oh my goodness. Isn't that the truth? So the idea of in the flow is that many of us have experienced this time of like focused awareness, haven't we? Where we're so involved in a situation that time just flies away. We are immersed, we are in the zone, we are in that spot that all things don't matter, we're just there, we're just present. That's being in the flow. And that idea of being in the flow is the same energy that we bring into prayer. It is the same energy that we bring into life. To be in that sense of flow, we're knowing that the you of you, the you that you know, is more expansive. It's bigger than anything you're experiencing in your day-to-day experience. Do you know what I mean? Now, did anybody, a couple weeks ago we had the eclipse. Did anybody watch the eclipse? Did you go? I didn't have the glasses, but I watched it on TV. And you know what an experience that was. There was 4.5 minutes where the moon just blocked the sun and all the light was gone. And then that exciting moment when the moon moves and that light reemerges and it's like, wow. Did anybody watch it on TV? Because I taped some of it. Nobody watched anything. Maybe you're just, yes, you did. Yay, some of you did. So I did. And if you noticed it, some were in stillness. Some were oohing and eyeing. Some were crying. I was crying. I was sitting in front of the TV with the tears running. I'm holding my cat going, look at this amazing event. And some of the folks were saying, now, why do you think you felt like that? Because there was a feeling. And it was a feeling that went beyond our daily experience. It was like an event that the sun had stopped. And then it reemerged, and everybody had this shared experience. It was that oneness, that allness that we are coming into being about. Now, the thing is that when we're in the flow of life, it means to be present. And to be present means to be aware, to be fully focused and aware. Now, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I operate on automatic pilot. This morning when I was driving on that sanctuary known as the 110 freeway, the 101 freeway was closed off. And boy, you know, you have the vision of if you poured water on an anthill, that's how it was on the freeway. And everybody was going nuts. They didn't know what to do, and the detour wasn't up yet, and blah, 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 blah. And everybody's figuring it out. But when we're in the flow, we're on our path. We know where we're going. Even when we don't know what we're doing or how we're doing it, we know where we're going. That flow is guiding us into this complete space where everything's going to work out. And we don't have to know the how of it. We just have to know and be and bless it. You know, blessing means to invoke favor on something. So we bless the situation. We bless it. So when we're standing there and thinking about it, let's go back to prayer for a second. Our prayer is called affirmative prayer because it isn't a beseeching prayer asking for things. It is realizing and giving consent to the thing that we desire to show up. We call it into being by being present to it. So we know that there's a Trinity in our teaching, a Trinity of God. You know, we call it body, mind, spirit, but we also call it infinite intelligence that created us, love that we are created from, and law, which is the givingness of love, the way it works. And when we instigate those operating fashions of prayer, things happen. It changes for our life. Why is that? Because we have now focused on creating the thing that we desire. It's not always easy to do that, though, is it? It's not always easy to stay in an idea of desire and creating what it is we want. We are these universal beings, and the purpose of life, in case you were wondering, is to just bring out what's inside of you. Just bring out what's inside of you. That's your purpose. Now, how you find that purpose and express that purpose is your game. That's your thing. But the actual purpose is just express what's inside of you. So there's a story about one of the first people that created a moving picture. And it's in the West, and it's in the mid-1800s. And there's a man traveling around, and he has this moving picture. And he goes into this Western town, and he says, I'd like to show a movie tonight, a moving picture. And they go, great, and he sets up the screen in the shop.
And he sets up his projector, and they call everybody in, and everybody's watching the movie. And the movie's kind of showing a gunslinger that's not so great, and he's wreaking havoc in the town, and he's shooting things up. And with that, a cowboy in the audience stands up and blasts the screen, because he's going to stop that gunslinger no matter what. Now, we laugh about that, and it seems so absurd, but guess what? Everything that we're experiencing is the movie that we're watching, but we're not the movie. We're the projector. And sometimes we forget, don't we? Sometimes we let our conditions, whatever we're experiencing, our problem du jour, we let that dictate how our life is going to go. But the teaching reminds us, not a word of truth in that. The teaching reminds us that you take that power that created you, that is awaiting your declaration, that is waiting for you to declare what it is that you really want to create in your life, and create it. So think about it. We have this amazing power to create whatever experience we want. Why are we creating these ooey gooey, difficult turmoils in our life? Doesn't it seem strange? You go, oh gosh, you get to go back to the drawing board. Reverend Erin had a beautiful saying that she quoted, and she quoted Ernest Holmes, but it's, we are a divine idea in the mind of God. We're a divine idea in the mind of God. And the movie picture that we're projecting onto that screen isn't the truth of who we are. It's just the way we're interpreting our experiences. So see, they say that thought creates things, but thoughts don't actually create things. Thoughts get us either in the flow of creating what it is we desire or repelling what it is we desire. So getting in that energetic, magnetic flow, it's always there. But how we direct that energy will determine what's going to show up in our experience. You don't like the experience you're showing up, change your thinking, change your feeling, change your thought. It's just like working out a mathematical problem. When you're sitting there doing the math and you can't figure it out and you can't make the division right, guess what? You keep going until you get the correct formula, until you get the correct thought, until you create the result that you want. And then bingo, I've got the answer. I recently took up chair yoga. And I thought, oh, this will be a wonderful way to just stretch my body. Easy peasy, easy stuff. It's like, it's the chair's fault, it's not me. And it's taught by this one, my cat even does it, they've got pictures of him stretched out on the knees, like, what are you doing? We're stretched on the chair. And it's like, so this lovely teacher, Janet, she's wonderful. And you know how wonderful she is because now it's like, and now we will breathe into the count of 7. And I'm like, try, breathe, and we're going to hold it. It's like, oh my God. And now she goes, and now we're going to get into our pose. So the left leg is forward, and the right knee is bent, and you're like, and she's like, and breathe into 7. And now my leg is quivering in spots that I have never experienced in my life. And I'm looking at my right knee going, oh my God, I don't think my body was meant to bend in this way. And now I don't know, how do we get out of this pose without crawling on our knees? And I'm on a Zoom camera, so I don't want anybody to see. I'm like, good Lord in heaven. But it's true. That is absolutely true. I'm like on my 5th class, so we're working at it. But guess what? That yoga pose is just like anything else that we do. When we're new at something, we're not so great at it yet. We gotta figure it out, right? We've got to figure out how that's going to work. But the way that you get attracted to it, to say, I'm going to keep up with this, is by what? By getting results. When we create the correct path of thinking, and we set that law of mind in action, knowing that we do with our energy, and you start to see the results that really work out. And I'm not talking about the baby steps of like creating parking spaces. I'm talking about finding the relationship of your dream or having the job of your dream or whatever. When you do that, guess what? When you get those results, you say, I want more of that. Whatever that is, I want more of that. That same teacher, Janet, had told a story about Ram Dass, the famous mystic. And Ram Dass tells a story that one night, late at night, a student of his calls him. And she's frantic, she's panicked, she's upset, she's ranting and raving and going on and on and on. And he's just sitting there patiently listening. And so after about 5-10 minutes of this, he's like, holy cow. So he goes, excuse me. May I speak to the woman that had the focused awareness to dial the 8 numbers to get my phone number and call me and ask for help? Can I talk to that person? Because the person he was relating to right now was the one that's in chaos. So, you know what? We may have times of chaos and turmoil, but the truth of our being is there is an essence that is above all that is not that thing going on, that we've maybe given consent to a conditioned mind of something, but there is a way to step up from that. And that way is prayer. That way is getting into the flow. That way is a deeper understanding of the realization of who I am. And it's not a belabored thing, it's fun. I mean, think about it. When we got into the zone, you were gardening, or you were painting, or you were gazing into the eyes of your pet. Whatever it is you were doing, it was bliss. And that bliss is attainable at every moment. Now, you may say, oh yeah, well, guess what? I know my conditions. I'll tell you, I'm going to walk out of here, and tomorrow morning, I know the exact office I'm going to walk into and the real pain in the necks that are there. Well, guess what? You've conditioned your mind to think that. Now, you know we're not going to change those folks, but we are going to change this. We are going to change that energy. And the moment we shift that energy, and sometimes it takes practice, like you're in the yoga pose. It takes practice. But once you get in that pose, once you get in that path, once you get in that frame of thinking, everything opens up. I bet every single person in this room could give me an example of where that happened. You go, I don't know how it happened. Well, guess what? How about if we look at that today? How about if whatever we're experiencing, not a word of truth in it. Not a word of truth in it. Maybe you got a diagnosis you didn't like. Maybe you got some financial upset. Maybe you're not getting along so well in your relationships. Whatever it is, pull back. Stop. Is that your God self speaking or your limited self? You know, there's that beautiful beatitude that says, bless all things. And when we bless all things with love, we see God. When you bless all things with love, you see God. What does that mean? It's not like a vision is going to appear, although it could. But what that means is all of a sudden, the goodness rises up. The solution rises up. A solution we may not even know how we're going to fix this. We may not even know how we're going to get beyond whatever trouble we're experiencing right now. You don't have to know. The only thing that you have to know is you are a divine idea in the mind of God. And that your belief will determine what experiences you are going to have. And you may say, I don't know. What are the ideas in your mind that you've conditioned yourself to? Michael Paul's going to share a song with us, I Can See Clearly. Now, yeah, we can see clearly. And it doesn't mean, I do fault finding too. I get critical and judgmental too. But it means seeing clearly. Don't see that. Oh, that's there. We're not pretending. It's not like we fake like it isn't here. But guess what? We see beyond it and say, okay, what is the gift here? What is it that I'm supposed to open my light to? What is the light that needs to come out from behind the moon that I've sheltered myself from or conditioned myself? Because guess what? We all have patterns that kind of stop us or block us, and we mainly created them to keep ourselves safe and secure, didn't we? To protect ourselves from anything that could go wrong. And then all of a sudden you wake up and go, jeepers, that is not serving me any longer. So who's the God that you're serving? Are you serving the God of limitation? Are you serving the God that says you can never make it ahead in a job? Are you serving the God that says you're that diagnosis? Are you serving that God? Or are you serving the God that says, by God, you can do it? I am awaiting your affirmation, your declaration, your knowing, your instruction. It is giving the absolute directive to the Spirit of God that says, go for it, go for it. You can do whatever it is you claim to do. We are only here to bring out what's inside us. That's all. Paramahansa Yogananda said, remember, we're not our drama. And I don't know about you, but boy, can we have some juicy conversations about drama, can't we? Oh my goodness, all those, oh gosh, what are they, they're Real Housewife things. Holy cow, have you ever dialed into that? I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. I'm like, I'm blessing you all, and I'm changing the channel because I don't want to hear this. It's so, oh my goodness. And they've got, legitimate things going on. Yes, they do. But guess what? Not a word of truth in it. I don't want to experience that. I don't want to know that truth. When we know that that power and presence is our absolute idea, it's like the other day I had made toast. I was really hungry. I made toast. I was very hungry, and I had to dash out the door. So I made the toast, and I buttered the toast, and what happens? I accidentally dropped it on the floor. But the good news is it landed butter side up. So guess what? This teaching reminds us we land butter side up. We do. We really do. I'm not encouraging you to drop your toast on the floor and do a test, but guess what? We land butter side up. That's all you have to do. Affirm that all day. Stay in that energy. People might think you're a little crazy, but that's okay. That's all right, because it works. Because the moment you have that sense that, oh gosh, I am protected by this divine, infinite, supreme intelligence that loves me and really wants my best and highest, but it can't do anything because it doesn't do it. It just supports us at the very level that we're at. So if we're given stuff down here, guess what? You're going to get stuff down here. You're going to be in that flow of the have-not or the limitation. But when you absolutely embrace this, I am a divine idea in the mind of God. When I say that beautiful beatitude, that blessed are they that love, and when you bless the things that you love, blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God. The pure of heart. What does that mean? That means be clear. Be really clear. Think about it. We've got this wonderful open slate that all we do is declare our good, know our good, see the good in the world. Oh, heavens, we know there's stuff on the news. We know there's things going on. Declare your good and be in that pure sense of love and oneness with everything. And the moment you do, things open up. Things open up in your mind. All of a sudden, ideas will come to you. Thoughts will come to you. Things will come to you that are always life-affirming. And so it's understanding that that infinite intelligence is the very intelligence that you use. So don't misuse it. Don't shortchange yourself. Give it the instruction that you want of the things that you do want. We've become experts at what we don't want. Don't become an expert at what you don't want. Get better at what you do want and know it and focus on it, be in that zone and energize and know. How about if you affirm with me, there is one power. It is the infinite intelligence of God. It is the power that I use. It is love. Now please look at your neighbor and say, you are love. And you also have to say to them, you are loved. And look out, world, because here I come. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now we welcome up Mr. Michael Paul Smith.
Thank you, Reverend Mary. That was awesome. Good reminder. Good reminder, huh? Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. So what do we got, Andy? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, such a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 bright day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, such a bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, 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 bright day. Look all around, nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. With the bluest skies, bluest skies. They're the bluest, bluest skies. Oh yeah, man. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I see you. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, such a bright, bright sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, 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 bright day. It's gonna be a bright day, such a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. They're the bluest skies, the bluest skies. They're the bluest, bluest skies. Oh yeah, man, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Oh, Jamaica. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, such a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright day, such a bright day in Redondo Beach. Ow! It's gonna be a bright day in Redondo, Center of Spiritual Living. It's gonna be a bright, 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 bright. Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be a bright, sunny day. Oh yeah. Yes, it is. That's right. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I see my backup singers right here. I see you. Thank you.
Oh, I can see clearly. All righty, this is the time where we share our talent and our treasure right in that basket right there. And we're knowing that we are so blessed in our support. We thank you and know that if you are getting inspired here, online, in person, by everything that's going on, all the wonderful events that are happening in the classes, we appreciate your support, and we welcome it with open arms. And so let's do our affirmation today, right here, and affirm together divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is. Thank you. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. God is all there is.
God is all.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling,
Grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place,
grateful for believing
that
God is all there is.
that God is all there is.
God is all there is. Yay. Okay, this is the time of our benediction. When we close, we're getting ready for this beautiful meditative session right after this. And so I welcome all the ministers and practitioners to come forward and know that if there is anything that is on your heart or mind that you're struggling with or you want to let go of, just know that all of these or any of these folks are available for prayer, our affirmative knowing with you. We are knowing that this is a time that we recognize peace and harmony in the world, in all the areas that we might be hearing about that show conflict. We are knowing in our hearts and maintaining in our absolute knowing peace, harmony, and love. And so it is. And now if you'll stand and we'll sing our peace song. On earth